Hey guys, how's it going? It is a great day in the garden, and this episode is brought to you by the color purple. We are doing a lot of purple plants today. Everything I'm planting today has purple blooms, and I am so excited to get them in the garden. I've got 3 heat lovers, 1 Freya, 3 plants that love the heat, 3 plants that love the sun, 3 plants that attract hummingbirds, and one dog who loves to give kisses today. Can I do this? Do you want to hang out with me? You can sit down. She's currently right here. Anyways, today we're getting plants in the ground. I have a good selection of purple plants that I need to get in the ground. All of them are heat lovers. All of them want as much sun as possible. And I have an area where it is nothing but hot, hot, hot afternoon sun. And plants just go there to cook. Usually they go there to die. But these ones, they love the heat. And so they should all be very happy with my hot afternoon sun. Let's jump into it. We're going to start with the first one, which is Russian sage. This plant right here. How pretty is this? I personally love Russian sage. I know some people don't love them. They kind of look like a little bit of a desert plant. I think they're really pretty, and I love the purple blooms that are on them. So this Russian sage, this is called Sage Advice. I've never grown this one before. I've grown the denim and lace Russian sage, and I liked that one. This one only gets 36 inches tall, so it stays quite smaller than a lot of the other Russian sages that are out there. I like the silvery blue green foliar growth. I love the pink blooms on it. Hummingbirds love it because it's got tubular shaped blooms to it. Honeybees also love this one, I will say that. Well, I don't know about this specific variety, but honeybees also love Russian sage. I'm sure it's going to be true for this one also. So full sun, I'm not going to be fertilizing it when I plant it. It does well in areas that are a bit more dry. So I've got an area that water doesn't always do the best in, and so this will be really, really happy there because it does well this thing doesn't want to be overwatered. Growing zones 4 through 9, 36 inches tall, and it's a beautiful, beautiful Russian sage. I'm very excited to get it in the garden. I will say some people tend to not like Russian sage because they have an allergic reaction to it. So if you're somebody who has sensitive skin, or if you're somebody who has an allergic reaction to things like euphorbia that has the white sap, maybe I wouldn't grow this because you already have pretty sensitive skin. So if you have sensitive skin, maybe grow this one in the back of a bed where it's not going to be brushed up against, wear gloves and long sleeves when you plant it, or just don't plant it in the garden. I think it's worth it. I don't have any type of reaction to it, so it's good in my garden. Next, I've got lavender, and I've got 3 of them. This is the Sweet Romance Lavender, and it's very, very interesting. It's growing different than a lot of lavenders that I've seen grow. I don't know. It's very different. I really do like it. It already smells so delicious. And this one, the blooms, I guess, are supposed to smell absolutely insane. On the back of the tag, it says, prized for its intensely fragrant flowers and foliage. And it smells already insane. So I can only imagine when it starts blooming how much it's going to smell. So this is going to go close to a walkway so you can really get hit with the perfume of this. Poor soil, sandy soil is what's really best for lavender, or more gravelly soil with lots of drainage in it. It wants as much sun as you can give this. Just put it somewhere where it can just cook. It definitely needs water. It's one that can do with a little less water, but it still wants water. Lavenders, I went to a lavender farm, and the lady who ran it, she had said that surprisingly, the more water that you give lavender, the better it does. So it can handle less water, but it does best with a little bit more. It says that it only gets 18 inches tall. So it's quite small, which is really exciting. And then it's got, it blooms early summer all the way through fall. So I'm excited to get this. I've got 3 of them that I'm going to be putting in the garden. So a little trio of these guys. And the smell is already really, really nice. And the last one we're going to get in the garden today right here. This is Cat's Pajama Nepeta. And this one right now, it looks underwhelming. But in a minute, I'm going to show you guys the Cat's Pajama Nepeta that I currently have. I have, I think, 5 or 6 of them in my garden. This is so pretty. I love the growth on it. And the smell, it smells really, really good too. I like the smell of it. I don't know if everyone would like the smell of it. It's giving It's giving like Vicks Vapor Rub, and I love the smell of Vicks Vapor Rub. Brent does not, however, love the smell of Vicks. This is also a full sun lover, and the one that I have, and I've got a few of them planted, and the ones that I have planted are getting full morning sun, and so these ones are going to go in afternoon sun, and I'm excited to see how they perform. In the wintertime, it's going to die back all the way to the ground, so it's not going to look like anything in the wintertime. So just kind of keep that in mind, that where it goes, it's going to be a bare spot in the winter, but it's going to come back, and it's not going to look like this when it comes back. I'll show you guys what mine look like and how well they really do look. Its growing zones at 3 through 8. It's going to get about 14 inches tall and wide, and I think mine is probably about that. And they're just so beautiful, and the bees go crazy for this. It's one that the bees just do not leave alone at all. They really do go absolutely crazy for it. So this is one that if you want to feed pollinators in your garden, add this one, definitely. And what'll happen too is this will throw out a huge flush of blooms, and then those blooms will kind of fade a little bit, and then it'll throw up a whole nother set of blooms if you cut those ones back. So this is one that could use from a mid-summer pruning. So this one is a little bit of maintenance if that's something that bothers you. Just to give you a heads up. Let me show you guys this Nepeta in my garden that I currently have, and then I'll show you guys where everything's gonna get planted. Right here are my cat's pajama Nepeta. I've got some alliums growing in between them. My thought was, when this first flush of blooms all dies, the alliums will come up and be a replacement, and then I'll shear back the Nepeta. And then when the Nepeta comes back and grows, the alliums will be done. But look at the amount of bees. Usually first thing in the morning, they're just all over this. They really love the blooms from this. I also have a purple salvia that they absolutely love. They're all over the salvia. You can kind of see them flying around. I don't know what it is about purple flowers, but bees tend to go crazy for purple flowers, especially in my garden at least. They really love them. So salvia, and so salvia is a really good one to add to your garden. And then the cat's pajama Nepeta is a fabulous one if you're wanting to feed your pollinators. So I've got 5 of them in that spot, and then I've got 5 more, so I'll have another little swath of them. Let me show you guys where I'm going to put everything. So pretty much everything is going to go in this view right here. So the lavender is going to go right here, a little trio of them. They'll get full sun. They'll be super happy. They're just going to cook right there with the amount of sun that they're going to get. And then right over here, I just deadheaded these, and this one is struggling. I'm not sure that one is going to make it. I just planted these daisies. That one has just been giving me issues this whole time. I'm going to be planting the Nepeta right here. So I'm going to do all 5 of them. So I'll do 3 and then 2 and have a little block of those guys. And I'll probably plant them really close to this daisy to just really fill this area in. And then right behind it is where I'm going to put the Russian sage to kind of fill out. So I've got this like green arrow cypress right here, and that's going to take its sweet time to get tall. But I'm going to plant this Russian sage to get some at least decent impact immediately. And so I'll have like a good amount of purple right here, and I think that's all the purple that I want to do in this bed. So otherwise it's going to be purple. This gets purple blooms. It's now done. I'm thinking I'm going to take it out. And then I've got purple blooms here, and then it's kind of like a lot right in the front, you know. It's just a lot of purple in one huge section. I kind of need to break it up with something else. I'm thinking I'll leave the purple salvia and replace this with something else. It just kind of grows as a ground cover. When it's blooming, it's stunning. When it's just ground cover, it kind of looks like a bunch of weeds. It's not pretty. Then I'll have purple and purple. So I think that's all the purple that this bed is calling for. But anyways, let's get these guys all planted. We're going to start with the lavender because that's the easiest soil to work in my garden. Well, that is rather exciting. It's always nice to see some more color get put in and things like that. Makes me very, very happy. So the 3 of these guys tucked in right here, just a little trio. And I left some room for this guy to grow and fill in this area, and then some room for this to grow. I normally don't leave that much spacing, but I really want these latte petunias to really just stick and fill out and be big and beautiful, and then this lavender to be able to just kind of take over and do its own thing. So I left plenty enough room for those guys. I do want them to kind of like grow together. I think that that'll be perfect. And then right over here I got the Cat's Pajama Nepeta in. That is going to be so nice. They're slightly staggered, so you know, I've got like 2 in the front and then it trails off a little bit, and then 2 staggered slightly over. And with that one, that is going to be so perfect. I cannot wait for those to get the big, beautiful bloom spikes that the other ones have in my garden. I just love adding things like this that are just going to come back year after year. Way less work next year. I do love annuals so much, but adding perennials in, it's the best into the garden. We are going to run all new drip tubing is what we've decided. This drip tubing is about 3 years old, and so I'm gonna leave it up to Brent to do. It's actually really, really easy. All you do is just run straight lines. You can see how see these 2 lines, how they come together. Our lines have just moved too much and they're so old that we're pretty sure that a lot of these irrigation tubes are clogged and are no longer working, because there's no reason that should look that way at all. It loves the heat. It should do totally fine, and it's not even extremely hot yet. We've had a couple days in the 80s, but they should be okay. Bye. They should be totally fine, and it's struggling, and there's even an emitter right there, so I don't know what's going on with that. Basically all we're going to do is our irrigation comes in from this side over here, and then we tee it in and we make a grid. So we run a line down, and then we run 3 to 4 lines straight down, and then at the very end it's a straight line in the back, and they all connect. So it just builds basically a giant grid pattern, and it's more than enough water. It's just the tubing is old and it does need to be replaced after a certain number of years. And then last we got in was that Russian sage, and look how good that looks on that black fence. That is so pretty right there. I'm absolutely ecstatic with my decision to plant that there. I think that was perfect. The black fence looks so good with those purple blooms, are like kind of glowing. And then we all have the grass that's gonna get 6 feet tall, 2.5 feet wide. That'll fill that area out. And then I've got enough space to tuck in something right back here. So we'll tuck in something, and then maybe something a little bit lower, and kind of like fill in all this area. So I've still got a lot of work cut out for me. And like I said, I think we're gonna end up removing this. Well, it's been a couple days. We seem to have lost some footage, the part where I said goodbye. So here I am a couple days later saying goodbye. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. The lavender looks so good right there, and it was so fun to see that hummingbird. I felt like a little Snow White moment. I don't know, I thought it was really cool. And then you guys, the life that is here in the garden right now is absolutely insane. There are some mourning doves that are over there right now. We have finch, we've got yellow finch, we have all kinds of hummingbirds. It's been so magical to get all of these plants in the garden and see the birds that are coming and the wildlife that's coming. It's been so much fun. The Nepeta looks really good. I'm so excited to see those really fill out and really bloom their little hearts out. Hopefully we get a good flush this year off of them. We really should. And then the sage, the Russian sage. I love Russian sage. I think it's very pretty, and it's been in the ground a couple days now, and the hummingbirds have already been all over it. So that's been really, really fun to see too. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for visiting our garden, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.